All right, friends, day 7, 30-day messy draft, 5, 6, 7. Here we go. It's Friday night. I've had a workout. I'm a little sweaty. I have no makeup on at all. And it's a perfect segue into what I want to talk about today. Tonight, I want to talk about the gift of keeping it real. I want to give you permission in your writing to write raw. Raw. Here's why. Many of you are writing and in your mind, you're thinking, I want to make sure people are getting this. You're thinking, God, I don't know if I can say that. Can I say that? Is it okay to say that? I don't want to offend anybody. And you've heard this a little bit already, that on this draft already, we know no one's going to read it. So you already get that. Like, I'm encouraging you to write real, to write raw, to write in an emergent way, filters off, gloves off, all of that, because no one's going to read it anyway. So you've got that. But I also want to talk about another layer of why we want to keep it real. Well, just as in this video, I look different to you, right? I don't even have any fancy lighting. In fact, I'm a little bit, if you actually saw where I am, I'm sitting in a bedroom at a friend's place, and I'm in the corner with all these yellow, yellow walls. I'm not in my usual setting. You're already, as you're watching this, going, oh, that's what Tina looks like without makeup. Oh, where is she now? What's going on with her? That necklace. She seems to wear that necklace a lot. Where did that necklace come from? All to say, you're noticing different things. You're noticing different things, not only because I'm in a different environment, but because I'm raw today. You're getting another layer of the story. So for the reader, it's great. It's fantastic because they're leaning in. You're my reader today. You're leaning in going, who is she? There's a layer of her I haven't seen before. But then also for you as a writer, it allows you to practice being seen, to develop some skill, some muscle, some comfort in actually being truthful on the page, in not taking so much care of the reader. And again, I'm coming at it from a different angle. Like, you already know in this draft, you don't need to take care of the reader, because your job in a messy draft is to let it all out so that you can see what you've got. But there's another part about not taking care of the reader, which is actually about being truthful, honest. When we're radically honest with the reader, with ourselves, what happens is your reader leans in, not just because it's different and now they've got questions and curiosities, but because you feel human. You feel human. Some of the most beautiful passages of writing I've read are ridiculously simple, where the author just told it like it is. Didn't embellish, didn't add a ton of details, didn't make sure it was clever or interesting or smart, didn't play with alliteration or different figures of speech, just said it. I don't know if you listen to any country music. Some people love country music. Other people are like, oh my God, country music. I'll tell you what country music knows how to do is just say it. Just say the thing. Why does country music have the following that it has? Sure as hell isn't because the music is so, interesting. It's because country music just lays it out. Just normal people telling normal stories about all the things, whatever it is that they see, And yeah, okay, I know it's kind of romantic. I always put country music in sort of next to Hallmark movies for entertainment value. I can't watch Hallmark movies. I don't really listen to country music. But if you listen to the lyrics of country music, the lyrics are just people saying what happened. Just people saying what they see. Why do we love Taylor Swift? Why do people love Taylor Swift's, words because she's pretty plain. It's really relatable. It's so relatable. She doesn't try to fluff it up and flower it up. She's just telling what happened to her. She's just saying things as she sees it. One of my favorite comedians is Mike Birbiglia. Oh my God, I love Mike Birbiglia so much. Mike Birbiglia, I've watched all of them, almost all of them, I think. And Mike Birbiglia has this rare condition where he sleepwalks, and he not just sleepwalks, he affects harm when he sleepwalks. It's nuts. You got to watch it. It's in most of his stand-up, and he did this gorgeous show on Broadway, which was his comedy, because his comedy is storytelling. That's sort of the modality he uses in his comedy. And he tells the story about this condition that he has, right? He actually has to sleep. I don't want to give away too much, but he actually has to sleep in a sleeping bag that zips over his head because he could harm himself or somebody else. This crazy, weird condition. And his comedy is so relatable, not because any of us have that condition, but because he's so incredibly raw about it. It's just Mike telling us what it's like to be him. And it's so funny. And there was an article that he wrote a long time ago about his show that he did on Broadway. And he says, when you think you shouldn't say it, that's exactly what you should say. That's exactly what you should say. And please know, again, this is a messy draft, so you have lots of time to pull anything back that you want to pull back. What I invite you to explore today and this weekend in your writing is, what would your writing sound like if you just said it? If you just told us what happened. If you just told us exactly what the words are. Exactly. What are the words up here? What are they saying? Let us in on an argument that you had with somebody. What did you really say? There's another lesson that I often do in writing retreats, which is about a tragic flaw. I'm not going to get too much into it tonight, but every single character has a tragic flaw. You have a tragic flaw. We all have a tragic flaw. It's the thing that you can rely on us to do that sometimes is awesome and sometimes is just bananas and really, trips us up every time. And when we're willing to be unlikable in our writing, when we're willing to write characters that are unlikable, and not because they did the bad thing, that's great stakes and that's great, tension and all of that, but not just because of what they did the bad thing, but actually how they think, some of the things they say, some of the way they are in the world. Like, what are some of the things about you that you're like, oh God, I'm not very kind sometimes in that place, whatever that is. Or, oh God, I'm really sloppy over here, whatever that is. Or what if you made a list of your top 10 mistakes? And maybe you don't believe in mistakes. Your top 10 missteps that you're like, how about this? Your top 10 embarrassments. 10 things like, I don't want the world to see that. What about your top 10 disappointments? The stuff that you don't want anybody else to see. Again, no one's going to read this messy draft. This exercise is not about, proving that you've owned your hardships. I'm inviting you to write into your humanity. I'm inviting you to explore what it's like to write when you're uncomfortable being seen. I'm inviting you to also, if you've got characters in your story, to let them be flawed humans. To let the people in your life, even like in the obstacles in your writing, even your, I don't even like saying, good guys, bad guys kind of thing, but even your villains, how about that? Even your villains, even your villains are human, like when you can write not just about the really obvious mean stuff or the really obvious, dastardly things that people have done, but actually write into what motivates them to do that. Oh, your writing's just going to get so much richer. And it's a great way to fill a page. You've got 30 things that you're writing this month. So pick something that you're willing to be radically human about. And what you're really doing when you're radically human is you're inviting us as the reader in to love you. Sounds a bit of a stretch, but we don't love one-dimensional characters. We love characters that tell ourselves that we're okay. And we root for them, So, day 7 in your 30-day messy draft, I invite you to explore raw, to explore real, to find a moment in your writing, in your characters, in your plot, in your knowledge. Oh my God, especially the knowledge-based books, because the knowledge-based books, you're sharing all of these tips and things that make things better. Why do we need those tips? What are we not doing very well in the world, that we need those? Why are these things hard? Share that. I just did a workout with one of my dear friends who's out here in Agassiz, and we did these things. I'm like, oh my God, I haven't, you jump on, I don't know what they're called, but back in the day in the, when we used to do step aerobics on those steps, we were jumping on them. I was like, oh my God, I can't jump on those. Oh, I felt like a total dork. I did manage to do it. But that moment of going, wow, this is hard. I don't know if I can do this. What if I fall on my face? And again, it's not from the place of challenge. It's actually like, that's a whole other piece. It's actually like writing from the place of, what if I'm embarrassed? What if I'm embarrassed? And it was great and challenging. Right from there, we will love you for it. And we will love your writing because of it. Show us everything, because we are everything too. All right, so day 7, 30-day messy draft. Explore raw, explore real, explore the muscle around showing up in ways that you're not comfortable. And let us see your humanity. All right, have fun writing. We'll see you tomorrow. Write on, people, and get messy.